Okay, so next job is to get some insulation stuck to the roof and to those bits on the wall there. I've got some 25mm to fit up in those gaps and some 75mm to fit there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the roof sheets on first with kind of like a prop from the floor supporting the centre of it, so it pushes it against the roof whilst the glue goes off. I can then wedge some bits in there to help keep the sides up as well, and then what I'll do is I'll look to ply the lot of it and then eventually carpet it. But let's get started on some insulation. Just to show you what I'm doing here, I'm just cutting the boards down to the width of the van that way, and then each piece that I need, so this is the front piece, which will go there, and the next piece, and so on. This is just 25mm flatboard insulation. It's pretty cheap. I think it's the best thing to do with the roof. You can get a nice flat finish with that, and then the ply will sit lovely over it. Just thought I'd mention this, my LED lights are this size. What I've done is I've gone corner to corner with a straight edge to give me a centre point, and then I'll just cut out a hole or a square around that, so when the LED goes up into the ply, that's insulation isn't going to be in the way, it's just going to sit nicely in there. There we go, I just used a hole saw. It was slightly bigger than my LED. Just push it through with my hand. It's quite easy stuff to work with. I could probably go a little bit bigger just to give me a bit of room, but if I have to cut a bit off when it's up in there, it's quite easy stuff to cut, so that shouldn't be an issue. So the first piece is in. I've used some batten with some nice packers as wedges to try and hold that whilst the glue goes off. So I'll do that a few more times. So I've taped the cables there, so when I drop them down, it makes it a bit easier to save faffing around trying to poke them through all the time. So I'll do the rest of the panels and see if that dries and see if it holds, hopefully. Quick progress update. I've managed to get most of the panels in and secured. The 75mm on the side is doing a real nice job of hiding that up. It actually fits really well down there for where the ply will sit as well. I'm just waiting. I've pulled the old vent out because I'm going to put a fan in there, so I've just repainted that because it was a bit rusty. So I'm just waiting for that to dry before I finish this one off, but going well. So there we are, that's all the insulation in the roof. Just going to let that dry overnight now, so let the glue go nice and hard before I remove those supports. I removed the first one that I did just to see if it would hold, and it seems to be holding fine, so we'll see in the morning if it's on the floor or not. But if it's all good, next job will be getting some ply on the roof, finally. Well, it's the next morning. I've taken all the batten out that was supporting the insulation whilst the glue's gone off, and it looks like it's stuck. I'm quite happy with how it's turned out, actually. If I go this end, actually looks quite tidy. It seems to be solid enough. I just used this stuff, James Bond Pro. It was the same stuff I used to glue the batten on the floor with, so yeah, it seems to have done all right. I've also put my first piece of ply up just so that I could hold the fan down, because there's the vent now, it bolts through, and that's how the fan's held on, so I wanted to make sure that was secure. And I've also put a batten there with just a little bit of glue around the light to just try and hold it up in the center to stop it dropping. And just to prove that my fan works, use my little switch panel. There we go. Exciting stuff. Next thing on the list then is to get the rest of the roof ply lined and also the rest of the side there. Once that's done, I can finally get on to carpeting it. Most of the ply is in now. It's still a little bit wavy in places, just where I have to finish screwing it down, putting some screws along the edges, but most of it's in. I'm quite pleased with it actually. So I've put a panel in here at the end. I'm not sure whether I'm going to cut some holes or have kind of like cupboards that open up to keep everything inside, but I'm real happy with kind of how the lines turned out. The carpet should take out any of these gaps here, but yeah, once that one has dried, that's pretty much it. We can then get on to carpeting it. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for the next video where I'll be hopefully finishing the bed frame off and getting some carpet on the walls and the roof.